Can't get enough NHL rumors. Lyle Richardson's weekly Rumor Roundup column serves as a one-stop guide to the latest rumblings around the league. Sabres center Ryan O'Reilly's season-ending remarks in April regarding his club's culture of losing prompted some pundits to suggest he could be shopped this summer. The 27-year-old is among the league's best two-way forwards and would draw considerable interest on the trade market. The speculation died down over the course of the 2018 Stanley Cup playoffs. But with the calendar flipped to June and the NHL draft weekend, June 22 to 23, only 2 weeks away, the O'Reilly rumors have flared up again. NHL Draft 2018, SN's Mock 2.0, Prospect Rankings. Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman said there's no certainty Sabres general manager Jason Botterill will move O'Reilly. If he does, Friedman anticipates the asking price will be high. TSN's Darren Dreger believes it could be along the lines of a young NHL player or a prospect, a high draft pick, and maybe something else on top of that. The last month, Dreger's colleague Bob McKenzie said he considered O'Reilly the player most likely to be moved by the Sabres. On Monday, he stated the Hurricanes had interest in the Buffalo center, suggesting the Sabres could be looking at Hurricanes left wing Jeff Skinner. McKenzie also told Vancouver's TSN 1040 he wouldn't be surprised if the Canucks looked at acquiring O'Reilly. However, Patrick Johnson of the province doesn't feel it's the right move for the rebuilding Canucks right now. More, how Rasmus Dahlin can fit Sabres' fast-track rebuild. Acknowledging O'Reilly's obvious skills, Johnson doesn't believe the Canucks should part with their first-round pick No. 7 overall, as part of the return. He also noted they have few movable players, adding they should continue building with youth. The Hurricanes, on the other hand, could certainly use a center of O'Reilly's caliber. He carries an annual average salary of $7.5 million through 2022-23. With just over $47.6 million invested in 12 players for 2018-19, the Hurricanes could afford him, especially if they move out Skinner and his $5.725 million cap hit. Such a move, however, assumes Skinner would agree to go to Buffalo. While O'Reilly lacks no trade protection, the Hurricanes winger has a full no-movement clause. After spending years with one mediocre franchise in Carolina, he could be unwilling to join another one in Buffalo. More, inside the missteps of a Sabres tank on horribly wrong. Penguins GM addresses Phil Kessel rumors. A recent report out of Pittsburgh claiming the Penguins could try to trade Phil Kessel sent the rumor mill into a frenzy. Pundits spent several days proposing possible destinations for the 30-year-old right wing, who's coming off a career-high 92-point season. Penguins GM Jim Rutherford attempted to douse the media trade chatter, telling The Athletic's Pierre LeBrun, "I don't feel that we have to trade Phil Kessel." He said he didn't know how the story got started, adding it was unfair that the veteran winger was singled out as the reason the Penguins failed to win a third straight Stanley Cup. While LeBrun believes Rutherford isn't aiming to trade Kessel, he can't prevent rivals from making inquiries. His remarks didn't dissuade LeBrun's colleague Bob McKenzie. While admitting a Kessel trade isn't guaranteed, McKenzie believes the winger is eminently available. If Rutherford was listening to offers, he probably won't find a return of equal value. The Pittsburgh Tribune Review's Jonathan Bombouli proposed the asking price could be a two-way top-9 left wing, a middle-pair defenseman, and maybe a prospect. That would bolster the Penguins' depth elsewhere in their lineup, but it won't replace Kessel's offense. Gratz. Penguins' fatal flaws are fixable for next season. Sign and trade for Max Pacioretty. Leading up to this season's NHL trade deadline, Canadiens captain Max Pacioretty was the subject of considerable trade conjecture. With only one season left on his contract and eligible next summer for unrestricted free agent status, the 29-year-old left-winger faces an uncertain future in Montreal. Last week, TSN's Darren Dreger reported on preliminary discussions between Pacioretty's agent and Canadiens GM Mark Bergevin regarding a contract extension. The earliest a deal could be signed is July 1, 1 year from his UFA eligibility date. To add, Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman said several teams in the market this summer for a scoring winger had contacted Burke Evan regarding Pacioretty's status. He speculated the possibility of a sign-and-trade scenario whereby Pacioretty agrees to a contract extension as a condition to any deal. On Monday, however, TVA Sports' Renaud Lavoie claimed those preliminary contract talks hadn't started yet. This confusion suggests no one really knows yet where Pacioretty fits into the Canadiens' plans. Don't be surprised if he continues to draw attention in the rumor mill.